when I think about Sean Strickland and him taking the fight, on relatively short notice, and now they're talking about a rematch with Israel Adesanya, I'm like, man, we've seen this play out before. And I've said, like, when Chris Weidman fought Anderson Silva, I was so all for Weidman, leave Anderson alone and go create your own legacies. Because when you think about legacy, you do think about time. You think about a person who was able to carry the belt for a long period of time, or they defended it for a long period of time. But you also think about people like Strickland's who, in your estimation should have won, but they did win, and they did something that was outstanding. They did it in a, remarkable way. And he dominated that fight with Israel Adesanya. And so, now that he can use that platform to establish his own legacy, whatever that means in the context of, Sean Strickland. Every time I see these, fights with rematch clauses, or maybe there's not a clause, but it's just what the people want. Or in this particular case, we know it's what the UFC wants because Izzy's a draw. Sean's becoming a draw because he did what he did. Now that fight could still be a draw fight for Sean against a different opponent, depending on if they put that fight in America and give Sean the platform. I think Strickland should focus on creating his own legacy. I think his next fight should be here in America against Duplessis to get him out of the way, open up that division again, and do what Israel Adesanya had already done. Adesanya had gone through several opponents again and again and again, cleaned out the division. Okay, let's get this new crop of guys coming in where Sean Strickland is going to be having an advantage because he's going to fight all the old guys that Adesanya fought, and he's going to fight this new crop of 185ers that are starting to pop up, especially guys who are able to drop down into division or who are starting to have weight issues and they come up into that division. So, Sean Strickland's in a good place, and he can actually, pick and choose a lot of these new guys and be justified in choosing them as the champion that no one thought, could beat Adesanya. He was the underdog. So play up to it. Be the underdog champion and beat everybody and learn on the job. Don't try to take, an exorbitant amount of money for these guys that are just coming up through the rankings. Beat them, get them out of the way, learn some new skills, and then boom, get back to Izzy and some of those top 10 guys. You're the champion. You also have to look at the division. Do we have that depth that I'm talking about? Do we have those new guys? Do we have those old guys still hanging around? Do we have fresh matchups where guys who have not fought for the title, even been close to sniffing out the title? I think Strickland, because he's the guy that was able to be thrown into that title picture. I think Strickland's the kind of guy that will try to offer a title fight to some of these guys. I am Coach Sess, and you've had words with the Mad Coach.